everyone, my name is Pooja Naik and I'm doing my web development internship at Oasis Infobyte. So I'm delighted to share that I have completed my first task successfully and now I'm moving on to my second task. So second task includes development of a personal portfolio website using basic HTML and CSS skills wherein I have showcased my personal achievements in technical skills and projects in a professional format. So let's have a look onto the website. So this is the GitHub repository of my portfolio wherein I have added all the folders which are required for the portfolio website. So let's have a quick look onto the website. This is the web page that I have developed. It consists of a About Me section, my projects section, then my contact info, wherein the user can contact me. So let's have a quick look onto the code. So this is the HTML structure of my personal portfolio website. I have made several key sections such as navigation, a hero section, about me, projects, contact form, and a footer. Each part is organized using semantic HTML tags. Let's start with the head section. In the head section, I've set the character encoding to UTF-8, then followed by the CSS properties. I have linked the CSS properties externally in this website, and the font which I have used is specified over here in this line, link href, wherein the font is Poppins from Google Fonts. Following to the navigation part, this is the navigation bar that stays fixed at the top. It includes the site logo and links to different sections of the page such as home, about, projects and contact. I've also added a hamburger menu for mobile responsiveness. Then here are the links in which you can the user is directed to the particular section. Now, for example, when you click here, view my work, it directs the user to the my projects sections where I have displayed some of my projects. Then when the user clicks on the about section, it directs the user to the about me section. Then following to the hero section. Here the landing section is handled by the hero section. It welcomes visitors with a headline introducing who I am and a short tagline with a call to action button that jumps to the project section, which is this like basically this part. Hi, I'm Pooja Naik, a web developer, programmer, problem solver. Then moving on to the About section. In the About section, I have included a short paragraph describing my background, skills, and a profile picture to give it a personal touch, which you can see over here. I've added a small photo of me and a little bit of description. Then moving on to the projects section. In this section, I have showcased three of my projects using cards with an image, a short description, and a link to view the live project. So, for example, if you want to see the project I have made of the Medbot, you can click on this view project and it opens up over here. Similarly, these two are the other websites that I made using HTML and CSS. So, following to the contact section, this section contains a contact form where the user can enter their name, email, and message. While the HTML handles the layout, JavaScript later handles the form submission. Moving on to the footer section, I've added a footer with copyright information and a link to my LinkedIn account, which you can see over here. So, since I have explained the HTML part, let me explain the CSS part, which I have named as style.css. So, this CSS file styles the entire portfolio website. Let me make this smaller. So it defines the layout, then colors, fonts, spacing, responsiveness to the website so that the site is clean, user friendly, and mobile compatible. So let's start off with the global styles, which is this part of the program. I've started with a universal selector to reset margin and padding across all the elements. So in this line, which you can see the box size in this line, here the padding does not affect the overall size of the elements. I've also applied the Poppins font globally throughout the website. That means the font of the whole website is the same and does not vary. Then moving on to the body part, I've set a smooth scroll behavior for in-page navigation, a light background color, and a default text color for readability. Moving on to the navigation section, which is quite big. The navigation bar uses Flexbox to space out the logo and links. It's fixed to the top so it stays visible when scrolling and has a subtle shadow for separation. Then moving on to the hero section, which you can see over here. The hero section takes full height of the screen, centers its content both vertically and horizontally, and uses a gradient background color for, you can say, visual impact. Then followed by buttons, which is this part .btn. I have created a reusable class with padding, color, and hover effects. On hover, it smoothly transitions to a blue-black background with white text, which I can show you, which over here. So this button, it's normally white in color. When you hover the cursor over it, it becomes blue with white font, white text color. Then moving on to the about section, I use Flexbox again over here to align the profile picture and text side by side. So the line over here, flex wrap, it makes the it makes it stack vertically on smaller screens such as mobile phones, tablets, etc. Moving on to the projects section, this section uses CSS Grid to lay out project cards responsively. Each card has a box shadow and hover animation and rounded corners for little modern and aesthetic look. Following to the contact section, the contact form is centered, uses column layout, and has consistent spacing between inputs. Input fields are styled for clarity and usability. Then moving on to the footer, which is the last part of the web page. So here I have added social links which have hover effects for better interactivity. Like when you hover the cursor over my link, over this LinkedIn world, you the user can be directed to my LinkedIn account, and also when you hover over this, the color of the word becomes blue. So moving on to the responsive design, that is media queries. This media query makes the site mobile friendly. It hides the nav links on smaller screens and shows them only when the hamburger is clicked. So since I've explained the CSS part as well. Now let's move on to the last section, that is the JavaScript part. So while HTML structures the content and CSS styles it, JavaScript adds interactivity to my portfolio. It makes the website respond to user actions like opening the mobile menu, scrolling smoothly to sections, or handling the contact form, which I had told earlier. So let's start with the hamburger menu toggle, which is the starting these lines of the program. This part handles the hamburger menu on small screens, such as mobiles. When you click it, JavaScript adds or removes a CSS class that shows or hides the navigation links. It's what makes the mobile menu like open or close. Moving on to the smooth scroll navigation. When someone clicks on a navigation link, this part makes the page scroll smoothly to the chosen section instead of jumping instantly. So the last part of the program, that is the contact form submission. This part handles the contact form. When the user clicks send message, the JavaScript stops the page from refreshing, collects the data which is uh, being inputted by the user, shows a thank you pop-up message, and clears the form. For now, it logs the data to the console, but this is where you would normally send the data to the server. So that is the explanation of the code. This is the GitHub repository of my portfolio wherein you can check the code or you can see the folders which I have added. So, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions by which I can improve my portfolio, then please do reach me out in my LinkedIn account for like the link I have shared in the description. Thank you.